Good morning, my friends. Today, I want to remind you of something incredible, something that separates those who thrive from those who simply survive. It's the power of choice. See, every single day, you wake up with a gift, the opportunity to decide how you show up, what you focus on, and who you become. Your life is not defined by your past. It's defined by the choices you make right now, in this moment. Too often we fall into the trap of thinking life happens to us. We blame circumstances, we blame other people, we say, well, I can't because. But that's a lie. That's the enemy of progress. The truth, you are one decision away from a completely different life. Every major transformation, every breakthrough, every success story, at its core, it all comes down to a single decision. A decision to change. A decision to rise. A decision to no longer settle for less than you deserve. But here's where most people get stuck. They think that change requires some massive, earth-shattering event. They think success is about luck, that the right opportunity has to just fall into their lap, but that's not how it works. Success, happiness, fulfillment, these things don't just happen to you. They are the result of small, consistent, intentional choices. The reality is that you are making choices every second of your life, whether you realize it or not. You choose your attitude. You choose what you give your energy to. You choose whether you're going to let fear hold you back or push forward despite it. And if you don't make those choices consciously, the world will make them for you. Your boss will decide how much you're worth. Society will decide what's possible for you. Other people's opinions will dictate the life you live. And before you know it, you'll wake up one day wondering, how did I get here? That is why choice is the ultimate power. No matter where you come from, no matter what you've been through, no matter how many times you've failed, you always have the power to choose what's next. You can choose to take responsibility for your life. You can choose to stop making excuses. You can choose to stop replaying the same old limiting beliefs and start writing a new story for yourself. Think about the most successful, fulfilled, and happy people in the world. Are they the ones who had it easy? No. They're the ones who made choices, tough choices, bold choices, choices that scared them. They're the ones who refused to stay stuck. They're the ones who looked at their circumstances and said, I don't care how hard this is. I'm choosing a better path. You want to change your life? It's not about waiting for the right time. It's not about waiting for someone to give you permission. It's about making a decision. Right here, right now. Because here's the truth. If you don't choose your future, your past will keep choosing it for you. If you don't decide to grow, you will stay exactly where you are. If you don't choose to step up, to push yourself, to take action, then 5 years from now, 10 years from now, you will be in the exact same place, only with more regret. So, what will you choose? Will you choose courage, or will you choose comfort? Will you choose discipline, or will you choose distraction? Will you choose to take control of your life, or will you let life control you? No matter what you've done before, no matter what mistakes you've made, no matter how many times you've stumbled, you still have a choice. And that choice can lead you to a life beyond anything you've imagined. But you have to claim it. You have to own it. You have to wake up every day and say, this is my life, and I refuse to settle. So, my friends, decide today. Decide now. Choose wisely, choose boldly, because the choices you make today will determine the life you live tomorrow. You can't always control what happens to you, but you can control how you respond. Your response is your power. Life is unpredictable. It throws challenges at you when you least expect them. Sometimes things go completely off track. Your plans fall apart, people disappoint you, setbacks come out of nowhere. And in those moments, it's easy to feel like you've lost control, like the world is working against you. But here's the truth. Circumstances don't define you. Your choices do. Think about the most resilient, successful, fulfilled people you know. Do you think they got there because life was easy for them? Because everything just magically fell into place? No. They got there because they refused to let their circumstances dictate their future. They got there because when life hit them hard, they made a choice to rise, to keep going, to find a way forward no matter what. It's not the easy moments that shape us. It's not the days when everything is going smoothly that define who we are. It's the tough moments. It's the setbacks, the failures, the rejections, the disappointments. These are the moments that test us. These are the moments that reveal our true strength. And in those moments, we have a choice. Do we let the situation control us, or do we take control of how we respond? Most people don't realize how much power they have. They let their emotions drive their decisions. They let fear, anger, frustration, and doubt take over. But the people who win in life, they understand that their reaction is everything. They pause, they take a deep breath, they step back and ask, what is the best choice I can make right now? Not the easiest choice, not the most comfortable choice, but the choice that will move them forward instead of keeping them stuck. Look at the greatest leaders, the most inspiring figures in history. Were they born into perfect circumstances? Did they have it easy? No. They faced struggles, failures, and obstacles that would have made most people quit, but they didn't quit. Because they knew that even in the worst situations, they still had a choice. Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison, yet he chose forgiveness over bitterness. Oprah Winfrey faced rejection after rejection, but chose to keep pushing forward. Thomas Edison failed over 1,000 times before inventing the light bulb, but he chose to see each failure as a lesson rather than a defeat. And if they could choose resilience, choose faith, choose action in the face of adversity, so can you. Because life isn't about what happens to you, it's about what you do with what happens to you. You can let the setback break you, or you can let it build you. You can let the failure define you, or you can let it refine you. You can let the rejection stop you, or you can let it fuel you. It's always a choice. When you wake up every morning, you have two options. You can either carry the weight of the past, letting old wounds and past disappointments hold you back, or you can decide that today is a new day, a fresh start, an opportunity to make different choices, a chance to respond to life with strength, with intention, with purpose. And when things don't go your way, because let's be real, sometimes they won't, you can still choose how you react. Will you get frustrated and give up? Or will you pause and ask, what can I learn from this? How can I use this to grow? Because every challenge holds a lesson. Every obstacle is an opportunity. Every difficulty is a chance to become stronger, wiser, better. So from this moment forward, take ownership of your response. No more blaming, no more excuses, no more saying, well, I can't help it, that's just the way things are. No, you are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the creator of your life, and your power lies in the choices you make, not just when things are easy, but especially when they're hard. Because in the end, it's not the situation that defines you. It's you. It's how you respond. It's the choices you make. And if you start making choices that align with strength, with courage, with resilience, Nothing can stop you. Most people let fear make their choices for them. The boldest, most successful people feel fear but choose to move forward anyway. Fear is the great separator between those who achieve their dreams and those who stay stuck in the same place year after year. It's the invisible force that stops people from taking action, from speaking up, from going after what they truly want. But here's the truth that most people don't realize. Fear is just a feeling. It is not a command. It is not a stop sign. It is not a final decision. It's simply your brain trying to protect you from the unknown, from discomfort, from potential failure. And if you allow fear to make your choices, you will never experience the fullness of what life has to offer. Think about the times in your life when fear stopped you. Maybe you wanted to start a new business, but told yourself, what if I fail? Maybe you wanted to reach out to someone for an opportunity, but thought, what if they reject me? Maybe you had a big dream, but convinced yourself, I'm not ready yet. That's fear talking. Fear wants you to play it safe. It wants you to stay in your comfort zone, where everything feels familiar, where you don't have to risk embarrassment, rejection, or failure. But you know what else you don't get in that comfort zone? Growth, success, fulfillment, a life that excites you. The people you admire, the ones who inspire you, they feel fear just like you do. The difference? They don't let it decide for them. They feel the fear, they acknowledge it, but they move forward anyway. They understand that courage isn't the absence of fear, it's choosing to take action despite it. They know that fear is just a signal, a sign, that they are stepping into something new, something that could change their lives. And instead of running from it, they lean in. Imagine if every great leader, every innovator, every world changer had listened to fear. Imagine if Steve Jobs had said, I'm too afraid to take this risk, so I won't start Apple. Imagine if Martin Luther King Jr. had thought, this is too dangerous, I should just stay quiet. Imagine if J.K. Rowling had let her fear of rejection stop her from submitting Harry Potter after being turned down multiple times. The world would be missing something extraordinary. But they didn't let fear win. They chose to act in spite of it. And you can too. The next time fear creeps in, and it will, pause and ask yourself, is this fear protecting me from real danger, or is it just trying to keep me comfortable? Most of the time, fear isn't protecting you. It's just keeping you from growing. It's keeping you from discovering your true potential. And the only way to break free from it is to stop waiting for the fear to disappear and start acting while you feel it. Because here's the secret, fear never completely goes away. You just get better at moving through it. Every time you choose courage over fear, you build confidence. Every time you take action despite being scared, you prove to yourself that you are stronger than you thought. And that's how success is built. One brave choice at a time. The more you do it, the easier it gets. The more you face fear, the less power it has over you. So what will you choose? Will you let fear hold you back, keep you small, make your decisions for you, or will you choose to step forward, even with shaky hands and a racing heart, and say, I refuse to let fear decide my future? Because at the end of the day, you can either let fear control you, or you can control your fear. And the moment you decide to take back that power, that's the moment everything changes. Every great transformation starts with a single decision. The best time to choose the life you want is now. Too many people wait. They wait for the perfect moment, the perfect opportunity, the perfect circumstances. They tell themselves, I'll start when I have more time. I'll go after my dream when I feel more confident. I'll make that change when life settles down. But here's the hard truth. There is no perfect moment. There is only now. Look around at the people who are thriving, the ones who are making an impact, the ones who have built lives of purpose, success, and fulfillment. They didn't wait for everything to be ideal. They didn't sit back and hope that one day the universe would give them a sign. They made a decision to start, a decision to commit, a decision to take control of their lives instead of waiting for life to happen to them. Every single breakthrough, every major success story, every person who has ever transformed their life, they all have one thing in common. At some point, they decided, enough is enough. I am choosing something better. I am choosing growth. I am choosing action, because the truth is, change doesn't happen by accident. It doesn't happen just because you wish for it. It happens because you make the choice and then you back that choice with action. But here's where most people get stuck. They overthink. They analyze every possible outcome, every risk, every reason why something might not work. And before they know it, they've talked themselves out of taking action. What if I fail? What if I'm not good enough? What if it's too hard? But the most successful people, they don't waste time overanalyzing. They know that thinking too much can be just as dangerous as doing nothing. So they act, they take the first step, even if they don't have everything figured out, because they understand that clarity doesn't come from thinking. It comes from doing. Think about this. Where you are right now in life is the result of past choices. The job you have, the relationships you're in, the way you feel about yourself, it all comes from decisions you made in the past. And if you want something different in the future, you have to start making different choices today. Not tomorrow, not next week, not someday, now. Because every day that you delay, every day that you wait, is a day that you could have spent building the life you want. How many times have you said, I'll start tomorrow? How many times have you let another day go by without taking action? What if instead of waiting, you made the decision right now to start? What if instead of hesitating, you committed to moving forward? Even if it's just one small step at a time. Because here's what most people don't realize. Progress doesn't happen all at once. It happens through consistent, intentional choices. It happens when you wake up each morning and decide to show up for yourself. There will never be a perfect moment to start. There will never be a time when everything is easy and risk-free, but there will always be now. And right now, you have a choice. You can keep waiting, keep doubting, keep making excuses, or you can decide that today is the day you take action, the day you commit, the day you stop waiting for life to change and start changing your life. Because in the end, the people who succeed, the people who grow, the people who live fully, they aren't the ones who waited for the right time. They're the ones who chose to make the time right now. The choices you make today will determine the life you live tomorrow. Every action you take, every decision, big or small, shapes your future. Most people don't realize how much control they actually have. They go through life on autopilot, reacting to whatever comes their way, letting circumstances dictate their path. But the people who create extraordinary lives, they understand that every single day is an opportunity to make powerful choices that move them forward. Think about where you are right now. Your habits, your relationships, your career, your health, these are all a reflection of past choices. The way you feel about yourself, the opportunities you have, the level of happiness and fulfillment in your life, none of it happened by accident. It all came from decisions you made, whether consciously or unconsciously. And that means if you want something different, if you want to grow, if you want more success, more happiness, more impact, you have the power to create it. But here's what stops most people. They think their past choices define them. They think that just because they made mistakes, just because they failed before, just because they didn't always make the best decisions, they are somehow stuck. But that is the greatest lie of all. Your past does not control your future. Your next choice does. No matter where you've been, no matter how many times you've fallen short, no matter what regrets you carry, you can choose differently starting today. People often underestimate how small choices lead to massive change. They think transformation requires some huge, dramatic shift, some overnight success story, but real change, it happens in the daily decisions. It happens when you choose discipline over distraction, when you choose to get up early instead of hitting snooze, when you choose to work on your dreams instead of scrolling through social media, when you choose to surround yourself with people who challenge and inspire you instead of those who drain your energy. The problem is that most people don't feel the immediate effects of their choices, so they don't take them seriously. You eat one unhealthy meal and nothing changes. You skip one workout and you don't see the damage. You procrastinate one day and it doesn't seem like a big deal. But when those small choices are repeated over time, they become habits. And those habits shape your reality. A single choice may not seem life-changing, but when compounded, it becomes the difference between success and regret, between growth and stagnation. Every moment, you have the opportunity to make a decision that either moves you closer to the life you want or further away from it. That's why awareness is key. You have to be intentional about your choices. You have to stop operating on autopilot and start making conscious decisions about who you want to become. And most importantly, you have to take responsibility. You have to stop blaming your circumstances, your past, other people, because the moment you take full ownership of your choices is the moment you take full control of your life. So ask yourself, what kind of life do I want to create? Who do I want to become? What choices do I need to start making today to make that vision a reality? Maybe it's the choice to believe in yourself, to finally take action on that goal, to stop waiting for permission and go after what you really want. Maybe it's the choice to break free from negative patterns, to let go of excuses, to commit fully to the process of growth. Whatever it is, decide now. Don't wait for a perfect moment. Don't wait for more confidence. Don't wait until you feel ready, because the life you want is built on the choices you make, one decision at a time.